Welcome back to another video. Today, I thought we'd sit down here for a few moments and talk about my little conundrum and my conflicting self when it comes to my Marvel Legends boxes. So for those who do not know, a little story is that when I first started collecting them, I would normally take the action figure out to display it or try to figure out what it's like out of box. And even when I started reviewing stuff way back then, but then I would put the stuff back in the box because I would just like having them boxed. And plus, it was a good way to keep those accessories. If you go back to my early days of reviewing, you'll notice, I think with some things, and maybe even stuff last year in 2023, but I would never take the hand accessories out for some of the boxes, and so it was just a good way of storing it, and I didn't really have a good way to put stuff away at that point in my life. I guess I could have put them in containers, but I didn't really think of that. But I was kind of in between. So once I got done reviewing it or just kind of looking at it, it would go in the box and be on my bookcase, just displayed like that. Well, now, last year, I reviewed the Ironmonger and Obadiah Stane 2-pack and the Iron Man Mark III from the original Infinity Saga wave from 2023. And I had a real fun time displaying those two characters, like side-by-side pose, like from the very end from Iron Man 1 when Obadiah Stane's like shooting Tony, he's on the ground, telling Pepper to push the button. But that really sparked, I think, my love to have them out of box and display them. And as you'll see in my room tour coming next week, we have some of those things displayed on my shelves. And so that left my boxes on my bookcase, kind of sideways. Here's one. If I grab this one, they were kind of sideways like that, kind of like a book. You know, you pull a book out like that. That's how I displayed them, because there's no point in displaying them like this. It's an empty box. There's nothing interesting about that. But this way, it looked pretty cool, like a book. So that's how I displayed them for the longest time when I started taking them out. But now I've been displaying more stuff on my shelf to really maximize my space. And as you'll see next week, I have a lot of stuff now on the shelves when it comes to my action figures and how they're displayed. But my cardboard boxes for the Legends are now in one of the Ghost shipper box, which I still need to review the Ghost. It's been on my mind lately. It's a big one, but I would like to review that one day. But they're all in this shipper box for the Ghost. And so I'm trying to figure out what to do with those boxes, because we're going to remodel the room back here, and I feel like that box could be used for something else, more worthiness than just empty Marvel Legends boxes. So, with this long intro now almost coming to an end, let's now dive into my reasons why I want to get rid of my boxes, but why I may want to keep them. So let's jump into it. Okay, so starting off with my reasons why I would want to keep the boxes. I have a couple examples down here. So here we have the Ironmonger and Obadiah Stane 2-pack. Again, there's nothing in it, but I really love the Infinity Saga title down there. And then we have a side portrait right here. There's really no side portrait, but unlike the smaller boxes, it's the same on this side. But here's the big reason I like these boxes. On these, I guess, anniversary sets, as they've been called in the community, they have the posters for some of these movie ones. I really love that. You'll hear me say that in my videos whenever they do have the movie poster, which, honestly, I kind of wish the single packs did, but they said for these, which I guess is kind of cool. But you have the Iron Man 1 poster on there, which I really love. And so that's kind of the reasons why I would like to keep the boxes, because I just think those look cool. Even if they're not on display, I think, like I said, they look pretty cool. And then another example I have is another 2-pack from the Infinity Saga. We have the Iron Man and Thanos 2-pack. A really cool 2-pack, in my opinion. Same deal, nothing really on the sides, but we have the Endgame poster with Iron Man's helmet on instead of Tony's head, which I guess is because he hasn't been in movies for a while. But again, having these posters on these boxes look pretty cool, and so that's one reason why I would like the box. Another reason why it's pretty simple, and there goes the box. Another reason it's pretty simple is that I feel like I would regret it, even though I don't plan on putting them back in the boxes. There's a little part of me that may regret it, but they're just boxes. The real stuff you want is on the shelves and the stuff you get in those boxes. So those are kind of like my reasons why I would want to keep the boxes. But let's now dive into the reasons why I would want to get rid of them if I do that. Okay, so the reasons I would want to get rid of them is because some of these boxes, they're not that interesting. Brings Iron Man 85 suit back up. It's just a single pack, nothing interesting about this. You have the side box art right here with the photo, but then you have this where it just has the legal stuff, the photo, the Build-A-Figure wave, and there's another shot of him. I don't know, these aren't too special, and to be frank, having this box in hand. This is actually one of my least favorite years of Marvel Legends boxes, where it has the window, and if you pull it out, the tray and the window piece comes off. I didn't really like the style box. So maybe it's a horrible example to bring up, but good figure, I think. But it's just taking up a lot of room. And again, I don't really, in my head, I don't need these anymore because I'm displaying them, as I mentioned throughout the video. So I would like to get rid of these, but then there's like that part of me where, like I said earlier, I may regret it down the road. So I guess in the end, there's really no need to keep the boxes. And I know some people in the LEGO community, they'll flatten their LEGO boxes and keep them. I feel like that's kind of different. I know some people like to sell stuff later down the road, or they'll keep them because they do like collecting the boxes. But with these, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have that same effect on them, just like unlike the LEGO ones. And so that's where I stand on, kind of conflicted on the line of whether getting rid of them or keeping them. I think I am moving more towards getting rid of them, but again, there's that little part of me. But I would like to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments below, what you all do with your boxes if you collect the Marvel Legends line, or any other collectible line. Do you toss them, or do you keep them, or do you not even open up the figures? One more thing I just forgot to mention. So, the X-Men 97 Sentinel, that's coming out later this year. I ordered a few, and that box, I forgot what it looks like, but that's a pretty big box. It's a quite expensive figure. So, I don't know. I don't want to keep that one because I feel like then it's going to undo what I'm going to do if I do get rid of these boxes. But it is pretty cool. So that's just something I forgot to add in, and I need to think about whenever it comes, what I'll do with that box. And so, yeah, with that, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would like to hear y'all's opinions on what I should do. And so, yeah, maybe y'all can help me. So with that, let me know all your thoughts in the comments below what I should do. I look forward to reading those comments. And, yeah, tune in next Friday for my room tour video. That will be out next Friday. So with that, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Take care.